listeners, how do you do? This is my podcast and it's just for you. It's called TED Talks and it's a load of shite, but I hope you enjoy it because I've kept it like it's about an hour long and all about Teesside, the people, the places and the Boro pride.
Now then, it's episode 110 of TED Talks, the TED Hanky podcast, and I'm not going to say it's proper class this week, I'm going to say it's mint. It's mint, Mala.
Well, do you mean mint like the herb?
Is mint a herb, or is it a colour? I don't know.
No, man, it's a herb, mint, isn't it? Have you never, right, when I go to the curry house and that, I always say you stick a bit of mint on the side of there, it's class.
Is that when they crush a polo up on your curry?
Yeah, I know. You have extra strong ones for when you have like a vindaloo and that.
yeah. Oh, I know. I once had a chicken tikka masala and I nearly choked on a tree bar. We never really. We're just joking. That's the purpose of the podcast. We tell jokes and nobody comes and slaps us.
Since when have we ever told any jokes then? I don't know.
True, yeah. You're right, Mala, you're right. I went all Tommy Saxondale there, didn't I? You know what I mean?
Hey, you, Ted, you just said it there, haven't you?
What?
You know what happened, didn't you?
At the Coscars.
Did you watch that?
I did, yeah.
Well,
do you know what I mean? If I was on stage, right, at one of my gigs and someone came up and tried to give me a belt, right, I'd dodge it, right? I'd grab their arm, I'd get him in a leg lock and I'd go, do you want me to break it? Do you want me to break it? And I'd show him up in front of everyone there. Unless he's like a big lad.
Well, he's quite big, Will Smith, you know.
I know, but you just grab his ears and knee him in the face.
Yeah, I can't. That isn't even the biggest thing that happened at the Oscars. It's an outrage, I'm telling you now. There's no way that Michelle Plates, she won for best makeup artist and that. I mean, now there's loads of better makeup artists in other movies than her.
What about Cheryl's Cosmetics down on Stockton High Street?
Didn't even get a look in.
Didn't even get a mention, you know what I mean? Bloody
no. Yeah, I thought it was dead funny though, right? Because he's like, look, basically, right, what happened there was, Will Smith, you are Boro, you are proud, well happy with your mate, you know why? Because someone had to go to your lass and you went and give him a fucking bat. Straight up. Yeah, there was no because but what happened there was he went, your lass has got nowhere. Well, he said something different to that, didn't he? He said G.I. Jane 2.
G.I. Jane 2 or something like that.
And he went, like, we've all been caught, haven't we? We all had a little giggle and he had a little giggle like you do when you're in the social club. Then he looked over and his missus was fucking fuming.
Yeah. He went, you better go and fucking defend my honour up there, you big idiot get.
So he got up there and he went, get out, poof. And to be fair, it was an open-handed slap.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Class.
I reckon he got up there and he was expecting Chris Rock, to sort of flinch or do like a little runaway, like, oh. And because he stood his ground, he thought, oh, fucking hell, I'm going to have to belt him now.
Yeah,
he pulled out of a punch though, didn't he?
It was a proper Batman style slap though.
What a Batman. He sent him up, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but right, listen, right, I know that this might seem a bit controversial because of what you do for a living, Ted, and everything else. But right, comedians are class, you know what I mean? They do good stuff, and no one deserves to be assaulted when you're on stage. But in the same vein, if you're going to make jokes, then expect it. If you're going to upset someone that much, you make them personal. Don't be crying when someone gives you a bat. Just because you're on stage doesn't give you free rein to do whatever you want and say, oh, well, it's a joke. Because you know what I mean? Yeah, go on, Smith. And I tell you now, you other comedians better watch out because I'm going to be lurking in order ready to jump out and do some big clips. I doubt it, I'm having it.
Hey, you know what, right? If Ade Pinkett Smith can't take a joke about hair loss, it's hair loss. You would have done that. No, I stole a joke off Twitter. Let me do that again.
Let me lock the door because Will Smith will be up in a minute. You've just said that.
Yeah. The actual joke that I stole off Twitter was, if Ade Pinkett Smith can't take a joke about alopecia, then hair loss. It's a joke about alopecia. You shouldn't joke about it though. Do you know what though? When I was with our Julie, right, and if someone made a joke about eating 3 parmesans in one seating, do you know? But like, you know, they did it in a nasty way, even though it's a true fact. I'd have probably got up and given him a slap as well.
That
you know
never
what I mean?
happens,
upset.
though, because, right, yes, she might have had 3 parmesans, but it was always in more than one seating because she took up 3 seats, didn't she?
Yeah, they used to get at a bench.
No, you're right. No one deserves, like, you listen, Will, like, you're a good lad, right? And I did like you in the alien one, you know, where you, like, punched that alien and you brought him down and he looked after us there, didn't he? Right? But I didn't like you in the other
Prince.
one. No, yeah, and I didn't like you in the other one where you, like, had a remote control and you, like, played with it a click. I didn't like that one, right? But you've been a good lad. But, you mate, right... You're right, he can make a joke about something and you were defending your lass's honour, but don't be thinking you can just get up and be throwing the bats around now for anything. Do you know what I mean? Now you've set the precedent. Do you know what I mean? Pizza deliveries man's late. He's like, hey, fuck off, mate. Bang!
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? You're going to be knocking the bats out. This is how Billy Mack started.
Well, do you know what? I think I'm worried that he, like you say, set the precedents now of making it okay to get up on stage and hit someone if you don't like what they're saying. Do you know what I mean? It's worrying, like, because in comedy, we do take the piss out of people. In the audience, we take the piss out of famous people.
But you can't exclusively, if you're going to take the piss out of someone to the face about something like that, you can't just expect it because you're on stage not to get a bat. They shouldn't be giving you the bat, like, I understand that. But, I mean, in the same way, like, just because you come to a comedy show doesn't mean you should get abused either.
Yeah.
So it's a 50-50 balance. So what I'm saying is, comedians, carry on doing it because you're class, but fucking get some jobs back in. Don't take it like that. If he's going to get on there, let's have it.
I'm seriously considering sort of sellotaping a gun to my back, you know, like in a Bruce Willis film. And when they know that, you know, they're coming for me, I'll just go, yeah, just reach for it. No, or I'll strap a knife to my mic stand.
That's right, because your back's dead airy though. You could probably stick it there with static electricity. You know, like just like a balloon.
I'll just rest it. I'll rest it on a matted clump.
Wasn't that what you used to call our Julie's?
Yeah, the matted clump. Yeah, just below the dreadlocked lump. Will Smith. You know what I mean? I'm furious. I'm still fuming about it. But hey, I was at an awards ceremony myself last night, Mala.
That's right, you were, weren't you, Ted?
Yeah.
Best teeth in the region.
No. I was up for best haircut on the comedy circuit at the Leicester Comedy Festival. I didn't win it like Bill Bailey won, but it was good.
You can't fault Bill Bailey's hair though, can you?
No, you know what I mean. He's got like 7 haircuts in one with that. But yeah, it was good, mate. Loads of flange, loads of
Leicester flange.
Yeah, well, just from everywhere, all over the country.
Oh, well, I
got through out, didn't I, for like Pervin?
Well, yeah, I had to come, but you know the tag. I'm not allowed to leave the TS area.
No, and I gave your ticket to a Brasso. I took as my date.
Well, I would have expected no less, and I'm quite proud that you did.
Yeah.
But Ted, I do have a question.
Go on.
You did make this tag, didn't you? So, right, if you've made it, surely, why don't you let me go other places? You've just written TS on there in Biro.
No, you're not allowed out the TS postcodes.
Is this some sort of deal you've made with the police?
With the police commissioner, Gordon. He said, don't let Mala out of Teesside because we all know he spreads germs.
I have been this week because I wasn't very well, Ted, this week.
Well, I know, you're just spluttering in your cupboard. What's going on?
Well, right. I'd had a dodgy parmo the night before. I'd had a vegetarian one because I'm a veggie, right? And then at about 1 o'clock in the morning, I had to go to the toilet and I was like, ah! And then all of a sudden there was a tsunami of poo. Oh. And then I've had like the D&Bs like all on Sunday and I felt better on Monday, but all on Sunday I had D&Bs. And
it was that deep veins?
And it was all started from me vomiting and diarrheas. And it all started from there, but I feel better now. But
I'm not surprised having a vegetarian parmo, you mucky twat.
Well,
what was it? Just like cheese on top of a carrot?
Well, basically, yeah. Well, it was like, you know, when you have, like, you smash all the veggies together and then you cook them and fry them. That's all I did. And then I got a little bit of cheese on top. But you know what I mean? Basically what a parmo is, but take the chicken out of it and put veggies there.
So you had cheese on veg.
Cheese on veg, but
yeah. No wonder you were shitting through the eye of a needle, you monkey get. Bloody hell. Oh, you got me hungry now. I quite fancy a parmo.
Oh, some cheese on veg. Why not try broccoli and Stilton, class?
That was Mala's veg.
It's me, Boro Batman. You might have seen in the news that famous people are getting bats. Well, I'm going to offer you my protection package from Boro Batman, protecting celebrities from getting bats. Here, James Arthur, you might get a bat on the stage. Do you want some protection?
Well, what sort of protection are you going to be offering me, like?
Anyone gets on stage, I'll give them a bat.
Well, I might have that, because I always get molested off loads of women.
James Arthur with his girl's eyelashes, protecting him. He's on the list. Here, Journey South. You, from the Middlesbroughs, you might want protecting when you're doing a gig.
I'm not sure we need protection, you see, because I'm quite handy. I did Kung Fu, didn't I, other member of Journey South?
Yeah, you did other member of Journey South. Yeah.
Yee!
Right, I might not need to protect them, but I'll keep an eye on them, the daft swats. Paul Daniels, from the grave, do you need some protection?
Oh, I don't think I would, but I think I would Debbie me.
Oh, Debbie McGee, she's on the list. Right, I'll protect you. Who else can I protect from Middlesbrough? Lots of you. Seth McGovern, Bob Mortimer, Chris Rea, Robocop. I'll protect you all. If you're getting a bat in that, all you need to do is sign up to Boro Batman Protection Plan. Protecting Middlesbrough celebrities by offering bats. For me, Boro Batman, offering bats with me bat hands.
Right, well, I wonder what's going on in the papers. Pass that newspaper, yeah?
Are you alive?
Oh, it's a packet of crisps.
I'm
I'm not getting the sound effects. Like, here we go. There we are. Right, let's have a look what's going on.
It's just like you've got a real life Foley stage, you know, where you have to like make the bangs and cracks and that.
Yeah. Oh, look at he's a good news story here, Mala. I thought this was about you for a minute, but it's not. It's under the headline: Stockton romance scam victim lost more than 10k to fraudster in Nigeria. Now, you could either be the fraudster in Nigeria or the victim of the scam, Mala. I don't know.
Well, it was neither, but I do feel sorry for him or her that have been scammed out of 10 grand. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll have a little read about it now. A victim of romance scam in Stockton lost more than 10 grand to a fraudster in Nigeria before the authorities were able to step in. And it just says, the sad case. No, not the person. It's the one about the kid. Yeah, sorry. It just says, the sad case was revealed in papers to the latest Safer Stockton partnership and a rise in romance cons. I mean, we've done a few of ourselves, haven't we? Preying on vulnerable Teessiders. Figures from the National Fraud Intelligence Bureau, I thought that said FRIG there as an acronym, but it's NFIB, showed a big rise in romance fraud cases reported between November and October last year.
Yeah, right. I think I should be putting in for this, right? I've paid for 3 brasses on Teesside in the past, right? And they just ran off before they did out. But I give them my money. Is that like what they mean?
It could be, yeah.
Well, no, it is. Because usually, like, what you're doing is you've got somebody, and I'm very sorry if this has happened to you, but you'd probably not listen to this podcast if it has, but you've got somebody here that's like, oh, well, I fancy booking someone from abroad, right? And then they've went, right, well, I send her some money. That's the same as me going down the Bun-Lee, isn't it? And going, here, love, away. Piper's off for a tenner, and she goes, all right then, and I give her the tenner, and she runs off. It's the same thing.
It's good. I'm a bit worried about the advert they put in the middle of this article as well, and it just says use discount code first box. Here's a quote here. One such referral involved a local resident who had lost over 10k to a scammer in Nigeria as a result of a romance scam. Advice and intervention from the authority and the police stopped the victim making more payments. So they'd already sent 10 grand, and who's going to send more? Got to be someone really old, this, hasn't it?
Well,
like, why would you? You know what I mean? If you've not even had a little slice of it, you wouldn't send any money, would you, until you've had a bit of slice?
Well, it might have been a woman, and she might have been after a bit of peckerwood.
It's a good point, yeah.
Because it doesn't say, does it?
No, it doesn't, no.
Don't be sending your 10 grand abroad anyway. Lads like me could do with that. If there's anyone out there who wants a bit of loving, right, and you're going to pay us 10 grand and I don't actually need out, then come and get in touch with Ted and he'll put you in touch with me.
If you are a vulnerable person, I do have the following advice for you from this news article, and it says signs of romance scams, okay? Right. They are reluctant to video call or meet in person. So someone said, "Oh, you send us some money," and you go, "Right, let's have a video call and so know if you're real," and go, "Nah." Then you know that they're just a scam. Do you know what I mean? They ask you a lot of questions about yourself and share very little about themselves that can be checked or verified. Well, that's just like us out in the town, anyway. We don't want to get caught out.
Yeah, that's back in the day, right? Everybody used to do that because you used to go out, didn't you? And you'd be like meeting some birds. You'd be like, "Oh, what did you do?" And you'd be like, "Well, I'd be something really exotic, like I'm a plumber."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That was the best job I could think of at that time. Do you know what I mean? I work as a plumber. I'm a diving instructor. You used to like that one, didn't you, Ted?
I used to say I was a judo instructor.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we played off that you were a footballer when we were in Newcastle that night?
Yeah.
That was class.
I believed it, didn't I? I had to do like a funny voice though, didn't I? Hello, my name is Doyle.
Until I went, "What do you want, Ted? What do you want, Tedo?" from the bar, and you went, "A nookie brown ale."
No.
And then the bird just went, "Fuck off."
Yeah,
what are you
fuck
about?
off, you bastard. The discussion is friendly at first, however, quickly turns romantic.
Hey, hang on, let's do this one then. Right, so I'm going to, I'll be the scam, you can be the person scamming, right?
Yeah.
Right, and I'll be the person who's like the discussion.
Okay.
Hiya there, my name's Mala. Who are you? What you're all about?
Hello, Mala. You look very interesting and nice. I like you.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Yeah, how big's your cock? I want to see you now. Is that how they mean?
Yeah, it just went really romantic.
Just
It went
straight
really
away.
fast, didn't it? Yeah, you know what I mean? Scammers often use duplicated profile pictures. Well, someone tried to copy me before, but they used a picture of Shagar, which was a bit annoying. Some scammers claim to live in the UK when in fact they reside in another country. Telltale signs can be poor grammar, spelling, grasp of the English language, or photos of themselves with the Eiffel Tower.
You've just mentioned people in Thornaby there. Listen, Thornaby does exist. Don't be thinking it's a different country.
Do you know what? I hate it when people use the word use, like U-S-E, when they mean use with a Y. It does my head in. You spell whiffs. What else have we got? Asking for money for medical care for themselves or an ill relative. Don't know, that could be true, that one.
I do that all the time.
Yeah. Asking for money to travel to the UK to meet you. So, like, you're giving them the bus fare, really.
Bus fare? Well,
Yeah. Asking for money to pay their phone bill or rent.
This sounds like every bird I've ever been out with.
Yeah.
You'd
have all scammed you, Mala, that's why. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, solid advice there from the Tees Wide Adult Safeguarding Board. Sounds like you should have a hut at Saltburn.
That's right, because there's loads of nonsense in Saltburn, so they need garden, don't they?
That's right.
You know Saltburn. Don't be starting.
Oh, it's just statistics from NFIB, which we referred to earlier on as the National Fraud Intelligence Bureau. That's not made up, by the way. Showed a staggering 14.6 million was lost from romance scams in May 2021.
Yeah, right. We are T-side, we are proud, Ted.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
No, I've had a look online here, and there's a link, right? It says, last year, another tragic Stockton case was highlighted where the victim believed they were speaking to 90s, 80s film star Sylvester Stallone. I'm clicking the link. Yes. Sad Sylvester Stallone case highlighted as warning is issued on dangers of romance scams. They've put a picture of Stallone there, looking like he does look like he's going to rip you off. Oh, this is brilliant. Why didn't we do this news story, Mala? This is class.
Yeah, this just reminds me of the time, though, doesn't it? That I was scammed by Anthea Turner, right? Because it was like, I was like speaking to her, and this bird online, wasn't I? On Tinder and that. And she said, well, I'm Anthea Turner. I was like, well, Anthea, send us your snatch mind. I want proof. And you know, the thing was, it actually was Anthea Turner. I was devastated. I was hoping it'd be someone else.
And she did actually send you the snatch, didn't she?
Well,
in the post was a bit weird. It doesn't say much about how this Stallone scam sort of happened here. It just says the same rules of to watch out for that we've already covered there. It just says that normally it's people over the age of 75, so similar age to Stallone.
Really?
it's normally very vulnerable adults. as well.
Yo.
It's not how hard you get hit.
It's about how much money you can scam off, lads.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, Ted, like I was going to say, right? We are Teesside, we are proud. Away, let's up our scamming game. Why are all the foreigners getting all the cash?
Well-
let's start scamming the rest of Britain. Let's just don't scam anyone in Teesside, because that wouldn't be good. But let's just start scamming other people. Like if you know a bird from Lancashire, just say, well, get yourself over here and I'll book you for 20 quid. And if you get the 20 quid and you get a book, I mean,
There you go, yeah.
Technically, that is prostitution.
Cash for gash.
Cash for gash.
Yeah, it's good. We're going to finish on this Sylvester Stallone bit here, right? It just says there's a guy here called Callum Titley, right, from the council's adult safeguarding team, and he said that we had a sad case last year where someone genuinely thought they were communicating with Sylvester Stallone, and they were actually prepared to part with a lot of money to get them to come over to England. Well, what? Stallone's short of a few bob and he can't get a flight over to England.
Well, that's what I've heard. He's on his ass.
Load of shite.
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting for his mum to come over because I've sent her all that money. I sent all that money for Jackie to come over. Do you know what I mean? Because she had some sort of accident with her face and they needed sorting it out. So she was telling us online. So I sent her my gyro for 3. Still hasn't come. I think the Stallones are on hard times, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's why he always does 75 sequels, because you've got to keep earning a coin.
Yeah, and his brother in that movie was like round the bin, wasn't he? Doing a song in Rocky. That's his brother. It was like singing.
That one, yeah, they're clicking around the fire bin.
Exactly, and he looked poor, so it makes sense. And Rocky he had a shit like t-shirt all the time, didn't he, with holes in?
Yeah, I think that's because he used to smoke a lot of reefers and there was rocks falling off it onto his t-shirt.
The size of them rocks.
Yeah, shite Teesside lies it was. We were reading it off, really.
Teesside comedian, businessman, t-shirt salesman and all-round loverman Ted Hanky has now purchased the lease for the former historical nightclub The Bongo in Middlesbrough, and he's turning it into his very own comedy club establishment. Welcome to the Hanky Panky Comedy Club.
Right then, we're going to have a staff meeting. Thank you very much for you've all got the jobs. I'm happy. Well, I couldn't be. I needed to film fast. I couldn't be asked. Could we, Mally? We have to get it sorted.
Yeah,
so,
we've got to get it going, haven't we?
Yeah, you just get what you can. If you shite like with sack ears, you know what I mean. But what we're going to do, I seen this on one of the apprentices with the Alan Sugars. We're going to go around the room and you're all going to bring an idea to the table about how we can generate some more revenue here at the Hanky Panky Club. All right, so I'll tell you what, Langdon Tingley, you were always keen to come first. You want to do a melody spunk joke?
That's classy.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't really be talking to me like that because you know what I mean. Me too. What about it?
Oh, shut up with that. What's your fucking ideas?
Yeah, well, let me tell you, I've got a cracking idea. What about artisan food? Yeah, why don't we start some luxury food stuff so people can come in? I mean, where in Teesside can you get caterpillar hummus? Do you know what I mean? It's all about, instead of the orange pip, you know what I mean? We'll make it this. We'll call it the TED pip.
Fucking hell.
People can have this food and they can come in, and it can be all luxury and inclusive.
We're not having a load of smelly hippies coming in here in tie-dye with big grotty beards fucking having caterpillar hummus, whatever you said.
Well, listen to me, Ted. They spend a lot of money, you know.
How much? How much, like? They don't look like they've got a lot of money.
Oh, they've got all the money.
They all sit on the floor rolling cigarettes in the big baggy jeans.
Yeah, but did you know you can try 27 quid for a cocktail?
Can you?
Oh.
Mallow, write that down. We'll have a look at some of these orange pip ideas.
Are you 20s for a cocktail? So is a cock a small little willy?
He doesn't know what I think it's a fizzy drink with booze in it.
Well, if we do, Ted, let me run it because you know what I mean. It's all about inclusivity.
Right, I've had enough of you now. Right, who have we got next?
Yeah, me, Ted. Me.
Well, man, get yours out of the
I've
way.
got a couple, right? I was thinking, saw these two lasses, right? They were outside Aldi's and it was raining, right? And she slipped over in the mud and they started fucking battering each other. I was like, get in, that looks class. So I'm thinking we have mud fights, right? Dead easy to do.
Yeah.
Right, I'll dig up loads of like mud. We'll put it in one of the kids' paddling pools.
Yeah.
We'll put it on the dance floor and we'll get two angry lasses from Aldi's to just have scraps.
Mala, this isn't the Wolf of Wall Street, you know. Next you'll have us tossing dwarfs off.
But that's the idea number two. But yeah, right. And what do you think of that one? That'd be class.
I'm up for like seeing lasses having mud wrestles and paddling pools and that. Yeah.
Well, me and the lad like that as well, don't we, kid? Eh?
Yeah. I was going to suggest something like that when we Barry
both for that, you know what I mean?
But Barry's got some good ideas. He's right down here on the.
Yeah, but I haven't finished yet. Yeah, you lads, thanks for the vote, but I haven't finished.
Let Mala finish, lads.
Right.
You can have your go in a minute.
Listen, right. So we'll have the lasses from Aldi's having scraps, like, and it'll be class.
Are they going to bring in them fleeces?
Aldi
fleeces.
We can get them in whenever you want them in. Do you know what I mean?
Sweater shop jumpers.
Yeah. Sweater shop jumpers and see-through leggings.
Yeah, from
Class.
Primarks. Yeah.
Class. Right. And then secondly, I'm thinking glorioles because... right, no, listen, right, I've seen it in these movies, right?
That is a movie, isn't it? It's an 80s film with Stallone, isn't it? Gloriole.
Hey, I'm going to vote for glorioles
You
as
shut
well.
up, Langdon Tingley. You're right, we haven't done a vote yet. What's a gloriole, Mala?
Right, listen. You know, if you want to have your todger sucked, right? But... right,
yeah.
You don't particularly want to know who's doing it.
You close your eyes?
No,
What?
well, that's it. You just stick it through a hole in a bathroom stall and then one of the girls can come along and go, it's class.
What if it's like one of the old retired brass with no teeth? I'd probably feel quite nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And that'll fit nicely
gummer.
with our unisex toilets we've got.
Right, right. We'll leave it on the list for now. I want to see these glorioles in action before I agree to a permanent erection of them.
Yeah, Boro Batman, what if he's been dying to get one in. What's your idea?
Boro Batman reckons, right, that we should install one of them punching machines, you know, where all like the rough lads, they're all like have a run up and go, here look, I got 882 on the punching machine, and then what that'll do is it'll get like the testosterones and get them really like pumped up and that, and then I'll be able to give them all a fucking bat.
Isn't that just like enticing violence?
That's what it is,
man. Like you're meant to be here to sort of dispel violence. I don't want any scrapping and that.
What I think he's trying to do there, Ted, is he's trying to tire them all out before he knocks them in.
Yeah, and I want to have a go on it on my break.
Well, I suppose.
I suppose it would be quite good fun having one of them on our break, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Can you do kicks as well?
You can only do the kicks if you've got like the reflexes like I do, like Van Damme. Like I used to do them. Our lass used to put me on the washing line. I used to do them splits, you know what I mean?
I don't know about Van Damme, but Ted dresses a bit like Chuck Norris. Does that count?
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I like a bit of double denim. Right, all right for a Batman. We'll have a look at violence machines.
Lads, listen, violence machine. Listen, lads, right? Stop your ear. Do you know what I mean? Me and the lad we want to talk.
Things we want to see.
Do you know what I mean? 3 on, 3 off. Wouldn't want one of your onshore ideas. Let's have an offshore idea. You know what I mean?
Ideas coming right at you.
Right. This is what we're thinking. What happens when we go on a night out?
I get my balls licked.
No, Piebald. What's the other thing?
Parties.
Kitchen and we're doing
parties.
Kitchen parties. What we need here is we need to build a luxury kitchen on this side of the dance floor.
Yeah.
This will then entice our lads that are offshore and loads of bears that want some free gear to come over here, and they'll sit talking shit for ages, stood in this kitchen, and we'll just ply them with drink mines.
Do you know what? It's a good idea that, like, Barry, because like it'll cut down on like all of the health and safety accidents of lasses trying to key on the dance floor. A lass, she had a full house key up her nose once, and she had to get pulled out.
Well, that was because you stuck it up her nose.
I know, yeah. It wouldn't let the book, would she? No, it's good, I like that, yeah.
Thinking of that, we can have all the luxury fittings in that kitchen as well, do you know what I mean? And we can even, the queer lad there with his orange pip, they can be cooking artisan food in the oven,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We could be doing the washing up and that. It's going to be
we can
class.
get some sluts in bikinis walking around with chalkboards with beak on.
Well, do you know what I mean?
Well, you know what I mean? We class that like, Ted. Mark it down in your little book.
We're not allowed ducks, are we?
Is that what they were talking about?
Is that what beak is?
I just got washing up, and I thought they were going to put ducks in the little.
Well, I'll fucking bang you out if you don't put this down on the list, lad.
Yeah, but look, ducks are going in the sink. Loads of beak in the kitchen.
Calm down, right?
Loads of beaks on ducks.
I'm not
man.
sure how a kitchen work surface will look at the side of a dance floor.
Hey, listen to me, Hanky. It's going to work. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't want one of your onshore ideas. It's an offshore idea. 3 on 3 off. It'll work.
Kitchen in there now, you pair of Doyles, or I will be banging you out. Where are me and Barry going to chalk it up?
You put a Batman on. You're meant to be protecting us from these sort of violences.
I quite like kitchens, me.
This is no good. This. All right, I'll put it down. Look, it's got it down there.
Right, all right, we've got it down there.
What do you think then, Ted? You're the only one who hasn't had an idea.
No, well, we've got Nasser as well. He's just been sorting his records out. Nasser, come here, mate.
Is that UB40 again, Nasser?
Yeah, rat in my kitchen. What am I going to do? I love it, man. It's class, bro. You get it,
there'll be no rats in that kitchen unless it's the rats that me and the lad pull off the door. You know what I mean?
The boy knows.
Nasser, me and you can go and like book loads of lasses and get the rats out and that.
Yeah, that's what I said, my boy. Yeah. Right, yeah, listen, what I'm thinking is, right, we're going to have a mad game of pass the parcel on the dance floor, yeah. And what it is, everybody puts £2 in, okay, in a pint glass to open a sheet when it lands on them. When I start playing as wide, let it shine, okay? And some of the prizes, Cocoa Pops, Ice Pops, and leftover Pringles.
That sounds class, actually, Nasser. I'm happy with that.
Sounds fucking shit, I'll be honest, Nasser.
No, yeah, because if you've had loads of beer, you're getting snacks at little intervals.
Are you going to have, 15 adults all sat round on the dance floor passing a fucking parcel around?
Listen,
to Aswad?
Listen, right, I've got it. This all makes sense now, Ted. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Right, what we have is, right, we have in the middle of the dance floor, we have a paddling pool filled with mud.
Right.
We have 2 viewers going at it in there.
Yeah.
Like proper scrapping.
Proper viewers.
And then around that, right, there's a circle of people passing the parcel.
Right, yeah.
Right, and they're obviously eating and drinking.
Yeah.
And then, when they're getting a bit hungry, your man here from the sorts his orange pip, his artisan stuff out, because he's using the kitchen oven that we've just set up, hasn't he?
Right.
Right. Then the 2 offshore lads, they're knocking out all them ducks that they've just brought in for some reason.
Yeah,
They've got
the
loads
beaky
of ducks,
ones, yeah.
And they're sorting out the ducks over there with some lasses, where Nasser's obviously in his kitchen sorting out their rats as well. And like all this while, if there's any hassle, Boro Batman's keeping himself up to date by boxing that machine.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. I mean, I do... Right, we've got all these great ideas down now. That's great. I've yet to tell you some of my own. I've got a great one. Oh, hang on. Oh, hey, Billy Mac. All right, mate. Hey, listen, I've sorted it. I know what we're going to do to bring some revenue in.
Hey, what you doing? What we going to do, like?
What is it like? What is it? Don't worry, I've booked fucking Chubby Brown, haven't I?
Oh, class!
Oh, fucking hell.
Get in.
Is it the real Chubby or is it a tribute? Fucking real Chubby, you cheeky twat. Oh, man, I do like the way the Hanky Panky Club is formulated into probably one of the top 3 UK sitcoms ever, up there with Hello, Hello, and some others do have them.
Yeah, I think it's just behind porridge.
Yeah. Oh, good. What are you doing? Why are you putting your gilet on? Why have you got a gilet for starters?
Well, this isn't a gilet. I've just cut the arms off.
Oh, you stuck your sleeves off, yeah.
Because I want to be fancy in that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just going to get myself off down the town, Anna, because I'm going to be thinking about this. Because if they can do it in the Bongo Club, maybe we could do that. Get a paddling pool and see if we can get any of the girls from Aldi to have a scrap in it.
Just fill the water fountain in Stockton Street with Shambossy mud chocolate mousse.
Exactly. And we don't have an Aldi here, but there's a Lidl at the bottom of the high street.
Get it at Lidl.
Right, yeah, I'm off. I'll see you later.
See you later,
podcasters.
Get some Weathers Originals as well, please, mate.
Well, aye.
See, Malina's off down the Lidl to probably rob as much produce as he can. I once seen him put 7 onions in his underpants. Strange day. Right, that's the end of this week's show. Thank you very much for tuning in and listening. Please share it around with fellow people with ears, and don't be prejudiced to the ones who don't have ears or can't hear with them. There is other formats available. I don't know where you get them from, and I don't know what they're like, but find them yourself. Right, so yeah, that was great. Thank you very much to jokepit.com and Showcase Comedy for sponsoring the podcast. If you enjoyed the podcast, click the link in the post on Facebook. You can buy me a coffee, and me and Mallory a coffee. I give him 20 pence for every coffee bought on coffee.com. And just look after yourselves and that, you know what I mean. Hanky Panky Comedy Club is back on the 29th of April at Beer and Beer. It's a Friday, and we've got TV comedian Chris Washington closing the night. It's going to be proper class. So get your tickets early, they sell fast, and just don't be a bell whiff and that, you know what I mean? So yeah, good, look after yourselves, and as per usual, up the borough and believe.